Let's see here. Who is your favorite YouTuber? Example, Amazing Phil, Dan is Not on Fire, and Destory. Well, quite frankly, I love them all. They are all funny, sexy, you name it. Captain Des, love you, you're so sweet. Phil and Dan, you two are crazy and I love you for it. You're so much fun. I don't think I'll look at Little Lions quite the same again without thinking of your show, quite frankly. Or llamas. The other thing too I was going to say is, when I think of how to put this best, times, like, who would I like to interview? It would be fun to interview any of you. If that would ever happen someday, that would be amazing. For Amazing Phil. But whether or not my show's on fire, who knows? But I'll always be captain. Ah. Next topic. Let's see here. What are your plans for this summer? Well, first things first, I gotta go camping. I'm sick of being in the city, just a little too long. I need some kind of summer adventure. I heard about an amazing cruise in November. It would be fun to go on. But probably won't be doing that. Sadly, I'm not that wealthy. But for all those who are going on the cruise, have fun. Because there's going to be 40 of my absolute favorite queens on that boat. I would feel like I was at the Bloody Monarch ballroom party. I wouldn't stop moving until I'd met every single one of them. Of course, that would make me like my annoying little hag Noreen when she gets around the right people. But she's fun. Oh, I like this. What is your favorite movie and why? Also, what element do you think it takes to make a good movie? Oh, I really like this question. Well, oh God, there are so many movies to pick from. Two that really come to mind are Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, and All of Me. Actually, there's so many others. In fact, anything made by the Wayans family, I love that too. I could spend all day talking about every single movie I ever enjoyed in every aspect of it. Because I'm that kind of movie nerd. The one who watches movies every day. Not to the extreme that some people do, but I really do love movies. But what element it takes to make a good movie? I think it depends on the genre a lot more often than not. Like, I mean, if you're making a comedy, if it's not funny, it just failed. Hashtag it, fail if you want. But, if a good movie should have a balance, first of all, of the talent. If you have sucky actors, it doesn't matter how good your story is. You need the talent to carry whatever your story is. A good story script. This is all sounding like cliche, probably the exact answer most anyone would give. But I mean, take, oh, what's a good example here? Freddy Krueger movies. Horror is probably one of, I would say, the hardest genre to do. And if you look at some of the earlier movies, not the more newer ones I did, but this is before a lot of your computer technology. So when you look at the special effects, you go, okay, this wasn't a computer, how did they do it? And it involves you in that element. You are so fascinated with all this gore and, well, not even just gore, but the elements, the aspects of the special effects they do where, like, Freddy comes through the wall to get the girl who's sleeping, though he doesn't get her. Or the marshmallowy stairs and just sinking through it. All this fantastic stuff. I, in a sickening way, love the show to death. Because it explores the darkest side of humanity. And without making it, pardon the expression coming from me, too campy. They don't embellish everything to death. Even the movie Halloween, the concept of less is more. I know that sounds weird when I'm in drag, but less really is more. So, leave more to the imagination. Be secretive. That helps use the viewer to use their imagination to really think about what they're watching. Other aspects, budget's not important. Most people might argue with me on that because a lot of people like these really big budget Hollywood movies. Quite frankly, I've seen indie movies go really well. some of the lowest budget stuff. Look at Paranormal Activity. It was made for, I know I keep going through all the horror and thriller movies, but it's the best way to explain this. It was a movie made for very little money, promoted by word of mouth, and now look at the cult following, if you will, that it's got. Even Rocky Horror Picture Show, with my beloved Tim Curry, dear mentor of mine, and Noreen's, we both love that man to pieces. It was the ultimate cult classic. Still is, and if you remake it ever, people, I will be the most pissed diva you ever seen. You don't mess with classics like that. If it's a romance, chemistry. If there's no chemistry, the movie fails. So, even if you don't want the person in the movie with you, pretend there's someone that you do want. All kinds of fun things like that. I could probably traumatize, or only in regard to timeline, everyone with how long I could go on and on and on about movies, especially if you start asking me to name directors or actors or other movies. But, oh, to explain, I was going to say, with the movie All of Me, since it is probably still one of my all-time favorites, with Steve Martin and Lily Tomlin, it was such a simple concept, but they carried the storyline so well that this woman who was so ill and actually wanted to pass away, she wanted her soul transferred into the body of this horse. Well, this girl that was supposed to be, pardon me, transfer her spirit into the body of this girl. The girl was going to get her spirit transferred into the body of the horse. I almost got caught on that one. She didn't realize the girl was actually crooked. First of all, did not believe that this whole ceremony they were going to have done was even going to work. And she thought she'd just be able to pretend that she was the woman and take over her money. And that didn't work. But the spirit did get taken out of the body of the woman who was sick. And ended up getting conveniently bumped out the window. So her soul, or her spirit, fell into the body of Steve Martin's character. So anytime he goes to a mirror, he sees her. And when he's walking, half the body is controlled by him, half is controlled by her. So it becomes a somewhat dignified, I'm a lawyer walking along, and then the sachet swish on the other side. It was so much fun to watch that. And then when he's going to the washroom and she's in his body, he sees her at the mirror and he needs her help to go to the washroom. You know where I'm going with this, people. And this whole show is this, and they try to get her, he ends up, but this woman is kind of harder to get along with, but he ends up, in a way, falling in love with this woman, and he actually wishes her well, and they try to find her an alternative existence. The crooked woman in the show is caught. And I'm not going to explain the whole movie, because then you'll never watch it. You need to go watch All of Me. It was probably one of the best movies ever made, and I enjoyed that right from the time I was a little kid. But to end on a note, like the way movie critics do, 2 thumbs up. If I can get the other one up because it's got my drink. But I'll be drinking this to all your health and to cheers. Love you all. Take care of my fabulous bitches.